It's always been in my life, it's always been in my blood, and it was the one sport out of everything that I played as a kid that I really excelled at. And from the age of like 6 or 7 years old, I would tell everyone I was going to be the best golfer in the world.
And Rory McIlroy is a Players' Champion.
Rory McIlroy is a professional golfer from Hollywood, Northern Ireland. He has amassed wealth from being on the PGA Tour and endorsements that galvanized his net worth to currently $170 million. Ridiculous earnings have enabled him to own expensive watches and to make mega investments. Although he is rich, Rory is an average Joe in his spending habits and loves to attend sports outside of golf. McIlroy spends his millions eating the best diet, owning massive mansions, luxury cars, and even a private jet. His rise to the top of the golf world can be described as organic. A toddler with a plastic golf club mimicking his father's swing, ascending through the amateur ranks to becoming the international golfing superstar and the pride of Hollywood, Ireland. Yes, Rory McIlroy has achieved much in golf despite being just 33 years old. The Irishman has earned $64 million on tour and is worth over $170 million because of his mega endorsements off the course. In this video, we will look at how the Celtic Tiger spends his millions, and stick around until the end to find out what he spends on is like the average person.
2019 Players' Champion, Rory McIlroy.
Number 8. Bought an expensive watch as a rookie. In life, when an 18-year-old professional athlete starts making money, the first thing they do is splurge a bit. Rory McIlroy is no exception to this view, and for him, it was to buy an expensive watch. Rory recounted this in an interview stating, "I remember I wanted this watch. I was sort of looking at this watch for a while, and I remember it was the week after the Dunhill Links in 2007, and it was one of the bigger prize funds on the European Tour. The money from European Tour was just going into my debit account, whatever bank I was using in Ireland, and I went to get money out of the ATM the week after, and the check had obviously been put in, and I wanted to check my balance. It was like, whatever it was, 220,000 pounds, and I went straight to the store and bought this watch. I mean, I remember it. It's something I'll remember for the rest of my life. But obviously at that stage, I had just been a pro 3 or 4 weeks. I had never seen that amount of money before, and to think that that was there and that, again, at that point, I didn't have a clue about taxes or a clue about anything like that. I just saw this amount of money and I was like, yes, I'm going to get this watch.
I've always been into watches. Even when I was a teenager, any money that I had, I would save. Or I remember my first big paycheck after a good finish on the European Tour. You know, I went straight to a jewelry store and bought myself a watch I wanted for a while.
Hey, it happens. This dude was a rookie. Thankfully for Rory, he can get them for free if he wants now because one of his sponsors is Omega. Number 7. Mega investment. At 33, Rory is in the prime of his golf career and has decades to go before thinking about hanging up his spikes. However, he has already put a plan in place for life beyond golf. He has set up the investment fund called Symphony Ventures, which is a little over 2 years has made 14 investments. Why set up this investment fund instead of designing courses like most golfers? In an interview with the New York Times, he said, "I had gotten to a point where I had done financially well on the golf course. We were looking to do something different. It was, do I open another wealth management portfolio and do the same thing again? Or do I do something like this as a great introduction to meet new people?" He also stated, "Designing golf courses doesn't really whet my appetite at the moment. I've never been one of those golf course architecture geeks." Don't worry, Rory is not blowing his money by making the decisions, but leaves it to his team of trusted experts. The fund has invested in companies such as Pottery in July of 2021, which combines miniature golf with bars and restaurants. The reported investment topped out at $10 million. In December of 2021, the fund invested in a golf course management company named Troon, which manages more than 640 18-hole equivalent golf courses around the world. But the majority are healthcare related, like Let's Get Checked, which developed at-home medical tests. Yes, Rory McIlroy is adept at playing the long game literally and figuratively. Number 6. Fun fact, regular spender. When Rory McIlroy emerged in the golf world, he was known for being the curly-haired kid from Ireland. However, Rory eventually became tired of that look, and in 2009, he jokingly admitted that he was beginning to resemble new pal Theo, his pet labradoodle. Ouch. The before and after pics really are a transformation. In May of 2020, after months of lockdown, McIlroy admitted his excitement of being able to see his barber after not allowing his wife anywhere near into what was now an overgrown mop. Another way McIlroy spends is that the man likes Starbucks, and don't worry, he is treated like everyone else. In February of 2018, Rory grabbed a coffee and posted a picture of his name misspelled misspelled on the cup, Rory, he captioned the picture, "So close." Yes, unfortunately, these kind of mistakes happen often, Rory, but this just goes to show you are like the average Joe. Number 5, loves to attend favorite soccer and rugby team matches. Rory McIlroy is a professional golfer, but loves sports in general. McIlroy is a fan of the soccer team Manchester United, based in England. In between competing in golf tournaments around the world, McIlroy is a regular visitor to Manchester United games, and in 2014, he was invited to parade the claret jug at Old Trafford during the halftime interval. McIlroy also follows the fortunes of his native Northern Ireland and has attended games at Windsor Park in Belfast and during the European Championship. Rory is also a rugby fan and supports Ulster Rugby. In 2014, he attended a rugby match in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and was interviewed at halftime. Humorously, he was serenaded to the tune of Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline by the fans behind him. The supporters did so to make reference to the 4-time major winner's former relationship with tennis player Caroline Wozniacki. The two were engaged until McIlroy called off the wedding in a 10-minute phone call. Nothing like good banter from sports fans. In 2019, McIlroy cheered on the Ireland rugby team when he traveled to Japan to watch the 2019 World Cup. Yes, the man is a loyal paying sports fan. Number 4, strict high-protein diet. When Rory McIlroy first burst onto the scene, he had a Marvel-like quality about him. He was just a kid with a boyish face and some baby fat still on his bones. Then came a health scare that would prove career-defining. A back injury before the age of 20, which kept him on the sidelines during the early part of the 2010 season. Rory admitted in an interview it was a wake-up call. "The doctor told me I may not be lucky next time, that it could put me out for a long time." From that point, Rory was determined to spend money by looking after his body and eating right. Rory's original swing had lots of flexibility, but not much strength. It created a lot of movement that he didn't have the strength to control, and making him prone to hyperextension. To aid him in achieving this goal, he needed a diet to help him cut the fat and replace it with muscle by working hard to build it in the gym. Therefore, he focused on a strict ultra-high protein diet. Rory started a program to eat a gram of protein per pound of body weight, which racks up to 170 grams per day of protein. He had to give up his guilty pleasures of chocolate, ice cream, cut out pork and eggs to maintain a gluten-free diet. As the saying goes, the proof is in the pudding, with a dramatic transformation in the man's physique. Number 3, mansion. Rory has worked hard to get to where he is on a pro level. He has ensured that he lives in extremely comfortable accommodations. In 2015, it is reported that he was living in Dubai, moving to Palm Jumeirah, an artificial island that appears from above a palm tree growing out of the coastline. McIlroy apparently lived in the Adriatic building in Oceania. The cheapest townhouse on the island is a little over $1 million. Rory also owned a mansion in Palm Beach Gardens. He sold his Florida mansion for $11.5 million. The initial listing price was $12.9 million, which means he made a loss of $1.4 million. It featured 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a pool, and a dock. He then purchased a home from fellow golfer Ernie Els in Jupiter, Florida, where he currently lives. The huge home expands over 12,800 square feet and boasts 7 bedrooms and a whopping 10 bathrooms, a pool, a cinema, and a game room. The beautiful property cost nearly $10.5 million. Man, this guy is living the life. Number 2, insane cars. The Northern Irishman has spent millions to own one of the most luxurious car collections in the world. When McIlroy is driving around the Sunshine State or to a nearby course, he can do so in a stunning Ferrari F12 that he bought from Ian Poulter that is rumored to have cost him nearly $300,000. Poulter posted a photo of the car in February 2018 saying he missed seeing his old love, but knew it was in good hands with McIlroy. McIlroy also owns a sleek and powerful Lamborghini Aventador that is worth $400,000. The collection is complete with a Bentley, an Audi RS6, a BMW i8, and a Range Rover Sport. Yes, Rory likes to hear the roar of his engine. Get it, roar? Number 1, private jet. McIlroy owns a Bombardier Challenger 605 private jet, which has a maximum speed of 629 miles per hour. It can hold up to 12 passengers, has a cabin space of 28 feet, and has a maximum range of 3,910 miles. The jet costs a mind-blowing $27 to $33 million and has an estimated upkeep cost of $3 million. It allows the Northern Irishman to travel conveniently around the world while playing on the PGA Tour and European Tour. Despite the luxury transportation, McIlroy admitted that he had a massive sense of guilt due to the jet not being environmentally safe. Therefore, he reached out to the GEO Foundation, and they came up with a few different ways for him to reduce the potential environmental damage. One of the solutions is to pay more to ensure the craft is carbon neutral by the end of the year. Yes, luxury and responsible are the ideal combination. So what do you make of how Rory has spent his millions? Do you think he will capture the elusive 5th major in 2022? Let me know in the comments section, smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more premium sports-related content. Until next time.